Anime fans will watch Sung Jinwoo do push-ups under death threat and call it peak fiction, then look at their own to-do list like, nah, the vibes are weird today. That is insane, and I am not judging you, because some of y'all got more emotional plot twists before breakfast than most shonen arcs get in a full season. But let us be real. You are not stuck because you need more motivation. You are stuck because your mood keeps getting voting rights in a kingdom it should not run. This is Michael Yerby, your mindset strategist, and you're locked in with From Anime to Action, the podcast where we watch the scenes, learn the lessons, and execute. So, in the next few minutes, I am going to show you how solo leveling exposes the lie you have been telling yourself, why you keep wanting results without routine, and the 3 moves you need to stop being emotionally random and start becoming dangerously consistent. Not perfect, not fake disciplined, consistent. And if you stay with me, Jinwoo's grind is going to hit a whole lot closer to home than you think. There were seasons in my own life where I kept saying, I know what to do. But knowing what to do and doing it every day are 2 very disrespectfully different things. I have had mornings where I wanted the perfect mood, the perfect playlist, the perfect sign from God, the perfect amount of sleep, the perfect emotional weather report. And that was really just a clean-looking excuse. Because deep down, I wanted results without the insult of routine. That is why I love music that sounds like motion. If you need something in your ears that feels like anime pain turning into pressure and pressure turning into power, check out Rashad Oliver's music in the description. That is not for chilling. That is for getting your spirit off the couch. What makes Jinwoo hit so hard is not just that he levels up. It is how he levels up. Not with speeches, not with a magical confidence seminar, not because one day he woke up feeling like that guy. He got dragged into a system that did not care about his feelings. Daily quest, do the work, miss it, get punished, repeat. That is why his growth feels different. Because before the aura, before the drip, before people started acting like he was the final boss of rent payments and male loneliness, there was repetition. Ugly repetition. Boring repetition. The kind of repetition most people think they are too special for. Jinwoo did not become powerful because he felt motivated. He became motivated because he kept surviving his own discipline. That is the part people skip. They want the glow-up montage without the humiliating first week. They want confidence without compliance. They want transformation without being inconvenienced. And that right there is why so many stuck self-improvers stay stuck. You are not always lazy. You are emotionally negotiable. That is different. Lazy says, I do not care. Emotionally negotiable says, I care a lot. I just keep letting my feelings renegotiate the contract. That is why you start strong on Monday and vanish by Thursday. That is why you make a vision board at night and hit snooze like a defeated side character in the morning. That is why you keep saying you want peace, confidence, better money, a better body, more self-respect, but your routine still looks like panic with Wi-Fi. Your mood is a weather report. It is not a life plan. Some of y'all are letting one bad morning cancel a whole identity. One awkward text, one low bank account, one lonely weekend, one insecure mirror check, and suddenly the mission is off. No, that is not wisdom. That is emotional outsourcing. And modern life makes it worse. Comparison is everywhere. Everybody is performing progress online. Men feel pressure to be strong, rich, desired, calm, shredded, and untouchable. Women feel pressure to be soft, independent, pretty, healed, high value, unbothered, and somehow still emotionally available for nonsense. Everybody is tired. Everybody is confused. Everybody wants results. Almost nobody wants a routine boring enough to produce them. That is why solo leveling works. Because Jinwoo's system is what most people need in real life. Not more hype, more structure. So let me give you the 3-part framework. Step 1, obey the system before you respect yourself. This is the first shift. Stop asking, do I feel like it? Start asking, what did I say I do now? That one change will save you from half your self-sabotage. Jinwoo did not need to wake up inspired. He needed to complete the daily quest. That means your version might be simple. I write for 20 minutes. I walk for 15 minutes. I stretch. I apply to one job. I read 5 pages. I save $10. I do the first rep. That is it. Not cinematic, not sexy, but real. If your current routine depends on passion, you do not have a routine. You have a temporary emotional arrangement. Step 2, make the floor ugly but automatic. This is where most people mess up. Your standard is too dramatic. You made your comeback plan sound like a military montage directed by guilt. No wonder you keep quitting. Your floor needs to be embarrassingly doable. 3 push-ups, 5 minutes, 1 paragraph, 1 email, 1 page, 1 walk around the block. Discipline does not begin when you dominate. It begins when you stop disappearing. That is the line. Write that down. Discipline does not begin when you dominate. It begins when you stop disappearing. Jinwoo's grind was not impressive because every day was legendary. It was impressive because he kept showing up long enough for the legendary days to arrive. Step 3, track proof until your brain shuts up. A lot of you do the work, but you do not keep score. So your brain keeps telling you, see, nothing is changing. Wrong. You just do not have receipts. Track wins, tiny wins, completed workout, did not overspend, read instead of doom scrolled, went anyway, started anyway, stayed anyway. That is how self-trust comes back. Not through affirmations you do not believe, through evidence. Jinwoo's whole world changed because the system kept showing him measurable proof, stats, rewards, progress. Your real life needs that too. Not to worship productivity, to rebuild trust with yourself. Because once you trust yourself again, consistency stops feeling like punishment. It starts feeling like power. And that is exactly why I wrote The Anime Mindset. Because anime is not just entertainment to me. It is a mirror, a strategy book with feelings, a place where pain, pressure, discipline, loyalty, purpose, and identity get exposed in ways regular self-development books usually make boring. So if you want more real-world lessons pulled from anime like Death Note, Demon Slayer, Vinland Saga, Code Geass, and more, grab The Anime Mindset through the link in the description. Not because it sounds cool, because some of y'all need a breakthrough, not another quote. Now let us add some nuance before the internet acts fake deep. This does not mean your emotions do not matter. This does not mean burnout is fake. This does not mean depression gets solved by a planner and a cold shower. Let us respect reality. Sometimes you are exhausted. Sometimes you are grieving. Sometimes you are carrying pressure nobody sees. Sometimes you are trying to function while your mind is loud and your life is messy. I get that. But even then, the question is still the same. What is the smallest honest action that keeps you from abandoning yourself today? That is discipline too. Not macho nonsense. Not fake alpha cosplay. not pretending you are a machine, just refusing to let a bad internal moment become a bad life direction. Because the danger is not just inconsistency, the danger is the story inconsistency starts telling. I am not built for this. I always fall off. I never finish. I am just not that person. That story will destroy more dreams than failure ever will. And here is the vulnerable truth. Sometimes, the reason you will not commit to a routine is not laziness. It is fear. Because if you really give your best, and it still takes time, then you have to face the brutal truth that growth is slower than your fantasy. And that hurts. But that is also where freedom starts. Because once you stop needing instant proof, you become harder to stop. That is what Jinwoo became. Not just stronger, less negotiable. So let us land this. If you cannot stay consistent, the problem is probably not that you need more motivation. The problem is you keep trying to feel your way into a disciplined life. And that almost never works. Jinwoo's lesson is simple. Do the quest. Lower the floor. Track the proof. That is it. Not glamorous, not mystical, but life-changing. The identity shift is this. You stop being the person who waits to feel ready. You become the person who moves with structure even when your feelings are doing backflips in the parking lot. That is when your life gets dangerous in the best way. Because disciplined people are hard to embarrass, hard to distract, hard to break. So here is your next move. Take the main character energy score below in the description. It is a 2-minute assessment with 12 real questions, and it gives you one emotionally accurate number that shows how urgent your current pattern really is. Not vague motivation, a real read on where you are. If this episode exposed something in you, do not just nod and disappear. Take the score, face the number, then start the rebuild. And after that, go watch the next video, Windbreaker. Real confidence is service, not swagger. Because a lot of people do not actually need more confidence. They need a better definition of it.